The midnight deadline to have all those thousands of port staff tested has been abandoned as health authorities struggle to get through everyone. Around 12,000 people are expected to be screened at Auckland and Tauranga ports. Our video journalist Simon Rogers and reporter Nita Blake-Persen filed this report.
It's another frantic day at the ports of Auckland. Efforts to get everyone tested for Covid-19 only add to the workload.
Officially here on 7 to 7, but we've been open since 5:30 this morning and we're not sure what time we're going to close, really.
Kevin Sandhu leads the medical team here on Auckland's waterfront.
At the moment, we're kind of getting through about 100 tests an hour, which is no small feat given that we don't really have a really big testing centre. But the girls have been great and we're just kind of gaining through them. I'm hoping all 6,000 port workers will be done by midnight tonight. My staff are quite tired. We've been here since Thursday. We would really like to get it over and done with, but we'll see how we go.
Around 835 companies come and go from the port. Ports of Auckland spokesman Matt Ball says they've been asking the government for testing at the port since last lockdown. And it was a long shot to think they'd get all staff tested by tonight.
It probably wasn't realistic to send out an instruction at 8:30 on a Friday night and expect around 6,000 people to get tested over the weekend and on Monday.
Other stations are also available for port staff to be tested at, but Wayne is one of around 500 who turned up here this morning.
I'm a truck driver, so I'm in and out all the time. So, as far as I know, this is all mandatory for anybody coming in now, so yeah, figured I might as well get it done.
But you just need to relax because this really helps, all right? You can try and relax as much as you can. The result will come to you within 5 days.
One ports worker has tested positive for COVID, but they've been identified through the contact tracing process and haven't been in contact with anyone at the port. Wayne says he thinks things here are safe.
I don't think it's linked. I think it's pretty safe. Most of the people coming in and out of here are pretty safe.
Auckland's not the only place being screened. Further south in Tauranga, at the country's busiest port, a mobile testing site only arrived at midday today. Another 6,000 workers there were also expected to be tested by midnight, but the Director General of Health, Ashley Bloomfield, says he's working with the Health Minister to extend that time frame.
Yes, we've extended the time frame there. There's no one's going to be penalised if they haven't had their test by later tonight.
Dr Bloomfield says testing at the ports is important.
The ports is an area that there's been quite a lot of focus on already over the last few months, and in particular over the last 5 or 6 weeks, where there's been that specific order in place which has been preventing crew from disembarking vessels other than very close to the vessel as required for tying up and unloading and keeping that physical distancing from port workers. So I don't think it's necessarily a high risk way that the virus could get into the country, but it's part of our really trying to cast the net wide and find, is there potentially some risk of infection at the port?
That testing is expected to go on as long as needed to rule out the ports as the source for New Zealand's latest COVID cluster. For Checkpoint, Nita Blake-Persen.